So we're going to have another quick fire round. Again, here is our hashtag and our handle. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Favourite country you've been to so far?
Oh, that's a great one. So difficult. I think Japan.
Yeah. I went to Japan 15 years ago. And I want to go back, and that time's gone really fast. I don't know where that time's gone. And I went on my own last time, and there's no Wi-Fi. I don't know how I did it. I don't speak Japanese. There was no Wi-Fi. I didn't have Google Maps. I had this smartphone, and it didn't even have a browser on it. So I don't know how I managed to get back to London in one piece.
Wow, you did well.
Go back there. Favourite analogue product?
Wow, I don't know.
Okay, we can skip that one. Mouse or trackpad?
I should probably say mouse, because obviously wrists are important, but I actually don't. I use a trackpad.
Yeah, wrists are very important. I've been wondering why my hands are hurting. Yeah, it must be because I don't use a mouse. Burrito or pizza?
Burrito.
Cupcake or donut?
Cupcake.
Froyo or ice cream sandwich?
Oh, wow, I don't know if I've even had an ice cream sandwich. I mean, I would have said ice cream. I think froyo's a little bit, I don't know, I always feel like I'm expecting ice cream and it's just not quite. It's nice, but in my head it's going to be ice cream and it's not quite there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's sour, isn't it? Yeah.
But like, what's the sandwichy thing for an ice cream sandwich? What are the bread bits?
It's like really soft biscuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not as nice as it sounds, actually.
They're both rubbish. Let's have something else.
Yeah, it's a bit rubbish. Although when I went to Singapore, they serve on the street. You can buy ice, and you've got to eat it fast because it's so hot there. You can buy this ice cream in between two pieces of green bread. So that is actually a sandwich. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is nicer than it sounds. I didn't sell it very well, did I? But yeah, that's not an American ice cream sandwich. That's what you'd expect: some bread and some ice cream. Kit Kat or Oreo?
Kit Kat.
And for the eagle-eyed amongst you, or the mobile developers, well, those last three questions had something in common. Text editor of choice?
Do you know, I usually write in Google Docs, just because I realized over the years I've lost the habit of saving my work, which is a bit scary. So Google Docs is handy because they save it for you, and you can share it.
It's funny you say that, because I use Google Docs all the time now, and when somebody sends me a Word document, I have to remember to save it. But what's really weird is when I used to only use Word, I hated the autosave feature. I always used to switch it off. It's really funny how now my habits have actually, that's quite scary. But no, I'm with you on that. The Google Docs is good because you don't have to worry about saving it, and you don't have to worry about your laptop getting broken or anything like that.
Exactly. So, just
there.
Yeah.
Lockdown or markdown?
Oh, markdown. I mean, no one's going to vote lockdown, right?
Yeah, exactly. But you did have to think about that. Or maybe it's the lockdown blue. Best book you've read recently?
Oh, I recently reread, and it was just as great the second time around, Radical Candor by Kim Scott. Such a great book.
I've heard a bit about that. Can you just give us in a nutshell something?
Yeah, so it's all about feedback, giving feedback, and other things, but it's mostly the really, really good bit. It's about giving feedback. So interestingly, she actually says that the name is, perhaps, if she were writing the book again, she would probably call it a different name. So she tends to refer to it as compassionate candor. So it's kind of like the fact that feedback is a gift, and you should do it, because, you know, like, not telling somebody, hey, you know, that thing that you always do is really really annoying, and also, you know, definitely holding you back. It's, you know, unkind in itself, but also not to be the kind of like obnoxious, aggressive person who's just like, hey, you know, let me give you some feedback. You know, oh. So it's all about kind of how to give feedback, when to give feedback. It's a really nice book. It's not very long, and she has some really great, she's got a really interesting history. And so she sort of has little anecdotes in there, little stories, examples, but yeah, definitely a really great book.
Cool. Thanks for summarising that, because yeah, I've heard a lot about it, but I didn't really know much about what it was about. Cool. Music while working, yes or no?
Yes, whenever I can. So actually an awful lot of my job, and most managers probably, is talking to people. So I don't get much chance to listen to music, but just occasionally I'll get like a little bit of time and I'll be like, okay, great, get some tunes on. And yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it's probably easier when you're in lockdown, because then, you know, the headphones are a barrier, aren't they? So if you're in the office and you're like this, it's like, keep away from me. But if you're on your own anyway, kind of matters a bit less, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So favourite meal to take away?
Do you know what? I really, really rarely eat takeaway. It's really strange, I think.
Because you work for a company that encourages to cook at home, that's why.
I know, well, exactly, yeah.
Living those principles.
Yeah, no, it's really, I eat out a lot. I love eating out, and like I love cooking at home. But yeah, no, it's really, really unusual for me to have a takeaway.
Okay, cool. West London or East London?
East.
I was hoping you were going to redeem yourself with West, but that's all right. If you want to come West, we will welcome you. But again, there's a selection process. I'm sure you pass. I'm sure you pass. Best advice you've been given?
Oh, so actually I was really lucky and got this bit of advice like quite early on in my career, and it served me well, which was to always assume that everybody is doing the best job they can with the information they have. And it's so great when you have like the most, you know, when you're in like an infuriating situation, you're like, why would you do that? And it's really helpful to remind yourself of that. No matter how much sometimes you think it might not be true, it really helps you kind of get some perspective and think about like, okay, like what can I actually tell this person to help them know this?
Yeah, I think you're right. And one of the questions that kids always ask is why. And it's something that we don't tend to ask as much with adults, I think, especially when we look at the behaviour of people. A lot of the time it's tempting to jump to conclusions about why they've done something, and we don't step back and think, okay, so why did they do that? Like, what was their thought process?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A lot of the time it's perfectly valid. And like you say, they didn't have the information that you had. So they were acting on the information they had at the time.